I'm sure people here have questions for Zahur. I have one. So let me set the ball rolling. Coming from a world that deals with teaching and learning, I really believe that writing is a very important way of learning. So my question is that while you were writing your middles and then you put the book together, what it is that you learned?
I learned how to organize, because as has been mentioned, I'm essentially a middles writer. Now, a middle in itself is about 450, 500 words. So you have to create a story in that short span, the space that the newspapers permit. And so, about as far as writing skills are concerned, you learn to be brief. Brevity is the first thing. Second, when I was compiling a book, I realized that it was actually a mishmash. It wasn't organized the way it should have been in the form of a book. And I would like to place on record a person who's also here, Anant Nautiyal, who told me to organize it properly. And thank God it was done. And finally it is today in the form of a book, because left to itself, a collection of middles actually makes no sense. So I learned to express myself in as brief a manner as possible. And I also learned how to organize it well, so that you see a flow of thought from one chapter to another. That sounds pretty serious, I'm sorry, but...
Yeah, actually, I meant not learn about writing, but I meant learn about yourself. And about life, but go ahead.
Okay, then I take that as the second question. About myself. I discovered various things about myself as well as my profession. And I began to notice many more things. I think that is a big change. I did begin to notice a little spark that could be termed as a humorous incident, which otherwise would fall in the category of a very normal routine, run-of-the-mill kind of everyday routine. So, yeah, that's something I definitely learned.
Realistic, almost very readable, not complicated. I sort of feel that at a stage I felt that you were almost writing one or two steps below one of the Pulitzer winners like Jhumpa Lahiri, because she's also very simple. The only thing is that I have a suggestion. You have been writing about yourself and things which have been concerning yourself. I suggest that if you could write more about varied subjects, which are not directly concerned to you. With your style, I'm sure one of these days you'll land up very high. So just, sort of change one topic to another topic to not necessarily including your story, What I mean, but because your style is very lucid, and if you can change, change from one topic to another, you could really hit the roof.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for all those kind words, and I hope the book does well and help me do it. I hope all of you pitch in and the book does well. My publishers would be very happy to hear that from you, Dr. Nautiyal. Yes, as I told you, I'm not going to stop writing, and I'll definitely try and write about other aspects of life.
Yeah, it was just a suggestion.
Yeah, thank you so much. Definitely.
I think that some more comments, questions?
An orator as you're a writer. It was absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
One last question. Anyone? A question is someone? Yes.
You have been writing for the... It's a mic. Switch off the light.
Yes, please.
What scares you? Question or me?
You obviously. Mickey is also a journalist.
Well, you have been writing about for the middles, and that in every newspaper there used to be an edit page, and most newspapers have done away with that edit page, and for whatever reason. And as a result, what has happened is a lot of humor has gone out in the newspapers, and newspapers are becoming a place, the gallery are carrying all kind of news items which really don't make any sense anyway. So how do you react to this loss of space? For example, when I was in the Times India, we had an edit page where Judge Surya's article middles were a pleasure. They were an ornament, you know. If your day was bad, you could just read Judge Surya's middle and laugh off your problems. But since that's not there anymore, how do you react to that? Now, where are you going to write your middles, and which newspapers are you going to target now?
Well, Mickey, it certainly makes me feel very sad. You don't have Judge Surya appearing on the edit page as a middles writer. He does write what about Lewis and Summers now. I probably can take up this wonderful thought of yours. We need more humor in our lives. We need more people who could express themselves in a nice, creative way, who could write creatively. And it makes me feel good that I'm one of the few people who believe that they are essentially middles writers. In fact, I write nothing else but middles. I do have a couple of professional papers that were published in very serious journals, but yeah, essentially I like to call myself a middles writer, and I would like to see many more middles writers taking cue from this and this book also, because I believe there aren't very many published compilation of middles. I also would like to believe that we're not as humorless as a people, as Indians. Most people think that we are a bunch of very serious people who take life very, very seriously. We are roti kapda और मकान की राह में जिंदगी गुजारे जा रहे हैं. There's a lot of humor around, and I would like people to take notice of it and start writing. I would also request, you have a couple of very senior journalists here, please create space for middles. I think it's time we got back the middles on the editorial. And as far as your question about which paper I'm going to target, well, I write for the Tribune, so there is a very strong element of loyalty as far as Tribune is concerned. Tribune and me, and my relationship with the Tribune is concerned. But I have written a piece for the Hindustan Times, and maybe I'll start writing for others as well, in the Times of India. But before that, let's get the middles back.
I think that's a very noble thought. Thank you.
Now that you are not working in khaki, you my voice talking of
It makes many of us tremble.
I wish to know whether this passport experience is also going to generate some humor in this. The cop, the passport officer at large. Can we expect something on that? Is there enough humor there or not?
Oh, tremendous, tremendous. Passport office has been as lively an experience as any other, as life in khaki, perhaps more. So yes, but I had to shed my khaki uniform before I started writing about cops. So maybe once I go back to policing, I'll write about the passport experience.
Mic is just coming.
Yeah, Mr. Zaidi.
No, excuse me. Please just ask
Okay.
your question.
After you, right.
डॉक्टर नौटियाल और नकवी साहब ने फरमाया कि आप बराबर लिखते रहें, और डॉक्टर नौटियाल ने फरमाया कि आप और दूसरे मुख्तलिफ उन्वान पर भी आप अपना कलम चलाएं. लेकिन मैं आपके नरेशन के लिए आपको बड़ा बात देता हूँ. किताब तो मैं पढ़ लूंगा और बाकी आपने बताई दी है. जिस तरह आप प्रेजेंट कर रहे थे, मैं समझता हूँ यहाँ पर सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट भी, बहुत से जर्नलिस्ट भी यहाँ तशरीफ फरमा हैं, बहुत से थिएटर से जुड़े हुए भी लोग होंगे और एक ऑर्गेनाइजर की